Hi everyone, welcome to Gavin Richard Presents. Just trying to get this camera right. Excuse me. Yeah, there we go. I just wanted to talk to everybody about what's been going on. Sorry y'all haven't seen another episode of Gavin Richard Presents lately. I've just been busy, but I decided to make a video today because it's a special day. Today is August 28th, 2015, and tomorrow marks the 10th is going to officially mark the 10-year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina when it struck the Gulf Coast. And a lot of people forget. Everyone talks about the devastation Katrina did. Katrina in New Orleans. Katrina actually didn't hit New Orleans. It actually hit Mississippi. But nevertheless, we were greatly affected by the storm, but also in the impact of the recovery thereafter and the lack of response and not only government failures but reckless negligence and intentional, willful, and purposeful conduct that had happened that day and that time period. Excuse me. I don't want to talk about necessarily the things I've discussed earlier with regards to my book, and because you've all heard it and you can watch the videos, but I just wanted to reflect on August, on that time, especially now. We were actually in Dallas or headed towards Dallas around this time. We took I-55 north through contraflow to get out of the state of Louisiana to get to Dallas, Texas, and that included going up through Shreveport and cutting back and getting to Dallas, Texas. And I had my grandfather, my parents, my brother, uh, my aunt, my cousin, and my great auntie. We all basically were in a caravan together with everybody. And on the road, you're stuck for hours and hours while you're seeing people flee and get out of the state. But there were some people, of course, that couldn't get out of the state. Um, so that's what I basically remembered. And on the 28th of August, we, finally got to the hotel. When we woke up that morning, the 29th, we did see the water, by the Superdome, and the Superdome roof was tore off. But there was nothing um, that said that there was these big levee flooding in the city. They didn't show that. They even said Katrina had dodged a bullet. Well, New Orleans dodged a bullet, and that went out through every press around the world. And then hours later, probably that evening, we saw otherwise, that the water and the flooding that happened in the city. So 10 years later, I'm an attorney now. I was 19 at the time. I'm doing good things with myself than what I was before. And I think a lot of people, though, should remember, even though it's been 10 years, that there are still areas in New Orleans that have not returned and recovered. There's been grossful misconduct on the part of leaders and governments that have not distributed monies properly. I said I wasn't going to get into that, but I can't really help them when I've been doing this for a long time. And I just think, I thought I was going to be back in my house around that time. When we woke up the 28th, after when my father's that night, Saturday night, that Sunday morning, we decided to leave. There was this cool breeze and along in New Orleans East that we could feel. And I thought I would come back because we had done this before with hurricanes. We evacuated, we come back, nothing ever happened. And, August 29th, August 30th really said otherwise. So I just want to say, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. And keep the, and that we should keep, New Orleans in prayer, keep this Gulf Coast in prayer, uh, and be active and be aware of the things that uh, are happening around us. Because if it can happen to a city like New Orleans, it can definitely happen in another city like Atlanta or even a Dallas or somewhere in Florida where you have a mostly black city. and a poor population, and a government mistreats them, or people can't evacuate. There are factors like that that happen. So just keep all of that in mind. But this was my reflection on Katrina 10 years later. Um, I hope everyone has a good weekend, and God bless. Love you.